Hi, we're here today with Ronda. Just finished her workout here at Results, and we're going to find out a little information about her. So, Ronda, tell me, how do you like training here at Results?
I like it a lot. I've been to 2 Olympics and I've never gotten the kind of personal attention that I've ever gotten here, and I notice in everything. I notice the way I train, I notice the way I look, and it's just like my whole mental way that I approach training. Like, I look forward to coming in and training here. I don't dread it and have to drag myself out of bed like I used to. So it's just made my entire routine better.
What are you training for right now?
I'm training for my world title fight at the 135 strike force. It's gonna be March 3rd in Columbus, Ohio. And this girl she doesn't even know what's coming. They're like, it's funny to me because she doesn't even know. Because there's no way that she can get trained like this. There's no way that she's consistent in her training the way I have. And I think, in a couple weeks everyone else will know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys did the weigh-in, right? You guys did the weigh-in together?
Mm-hmm.
How did you see her compared to you?
Physically, she's smaller, she's softer. You can just tell that, she picked up high school wrestling, when she was 15, whereas, even before I did judo at 11, I was, on the junior Olympic swimming team. I've been an athlete since I was 6 years old. Since I was 6, I was training 5 times a week doing swimming, and then I switched to judo, and I started doing judo all the time. I went to my first Olympics and second Olympics, and then, Olympic judo to MMA, and started training here and all over the valley, and there's no way that someone who trains less than me can catch up to me. You know what I mean?
So tell me a little bit about your trainer. Who's your trainer at Results?
Leo Frincu is my trainer. He's awesome. He's not just my, personal trainer. He's my wrestling coach. He's a lot of time my life coach. Because, this is the first place I come in the morning, and there's more to being a fighter than just, the day that you walk in and fight. There's a lot of other things, and it's not like a lot of other sports like track or boxing where you have one coach. There's so many people you have to coordinate. You have to pretty much get good at 5 sports at once. So he just kind of helps me put things in perspective a lot of the time, and I don't know what I'd do without him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we know that Leo is a world-renowned wrestler. Won lots of tournaments. How does his experience, come into this training facility and help you?
Well, it sets him apart because he's not just, a personal trainer that, went to personal training school or maybe did like fitness competitions. He knows how to not just train somebody to look good, but to train somebody to, have to be useful. I call it the difference between, show muscle and go muscle. Everything that I do and train here is practical and applicable to what I do. And I think that only like a world-class, someone who's been a world-class athlete can really generally know how to train.
And how's your training going so far?
Yeah, I feel great. There's no injuries during this training camp. I think it's been my best training camp yet. I'm cutting down to a lower division, but I feel absolutely fine, and Leo's been helping me a lot with my nutrition too, and I don't feel that he's been weaker, lifting the same weights even though I'm dropping, my actual weight. My joints feel better and everything, so we're handling it in a very professional way, so I'm very happy with how it's going.
I think that also carries really well, being that he had to cut a lot of weight back when he was competing.
Yeah,
right? So that translates.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing how to deal with weight cuts is an entirely different ballgame from just dealing with the average client, and Leo actually really knows, a lot of what I'm going through that, I don't where else can I find a personal trainer that knows about personal training and about competition?
So I'd say that's what separates him from all the other trainers you've worked with before.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely the most well-rounded trainer for MMA.
So tell me a little bit about how you ended up here at Results.
I got here through, personal reference of some teammates of mine. And when I first started training here, I hadn't just really broken it to my mother and everybody else that I wanted to quit judo and pursue MMA full time. And I told Leo and my manager Darren that, look, this is what I really want to do. I really want to be 100% committed to this, but I kind of had to get my mother on board because everybody was really disappointed in me because I wasn't going to make it on my run. And so we kind of had like a sit-down meeting with me, Leo, Darren, and my mom, And my mom's very skeptical. That was her word she used. She's like, I'm very skeptical. I'm skeptical and skeptical. And after I wanted to put in so much more work and dedication every day in judo to really prove to everybody else that I was serious about all this. And Leo was right up there with me too. He was willing to put up as much work as I was. And things have been going great so far. And I was actually able to change my mother's mind, and I think that was one of my biggest motivators. Is I really wanted to, get the approval of my mother and all of this, and he really went above and beyond just, sitting around and being this, that, to going out of his way, talking to my mother, dealing with my manager, dealing with my other coaches, dealing with me and all my, he does so much more than what's actually required of him, and I'm very lucky to him.
I know that Leo put kind of his skin on the line by saying that in a year you'd have a title fight, you'd be at the cream of the crop, and here we are standing a year later. How does your mom feel now that you're?
I don't think he was putting anything on the line, because I was completely positive that I was going to make it happen within that time period. I'm a big believer in manifesting things, and he believed in me just as much as I believed in myself, and it's not a surprise to any of us. It's only a surprise to people that are outside of our groups, because they just don't know. So we did what we set out to do. We're dedicated people, and we're very hard-headed and stubborn. If we say we're going to make something happen, it's going to happen.
That's great. I mean, you guys set yourselves a year date mark, and to the day you guys are here. And
less than a year. My pro debut was, I think, March 23rd of last year, and my fighting for the world title on March 3rd of this year.
Look at that.
Crazy.
Look at that.
Yeah, getting it done.
On the roll. And then I guess I got a personal question just to ask.
Yeah.
How do you feel about going after this MMA title and knowing that the Olympics are here also this year? Like, how are you? I mean, I know how everybody else feels and what their thoughts about how do you feel?
I just feel like my life kind of works in quadrennials, Like I just every single time I've seen 4 years pass, I feel like I'm an entirely different person. And from 4 years ago to now, it's just, I feel like it was an entire lifetime ago, and I'm just so happy to see that, it's been a lot of hard times, and but it's all been worth it, and I think that I'm so much happier now than if I just, kept going with the safe route and doing what I was familiar with, and going for this Olympics, whereas instead I'm going, for a world title in MMA, which truthfully I enjoy a lot more. So, I'm just so happy that I found a way to, apply my skills to something that I really enjoy, and I was just so scared that after judo I wouldn't have anything to go to. So I kind of found that kind of sense of security in my future as well. That was, a big anxiety in my mind. It's busy, most kids in their 20s. And athletes, everybody. So yeah, it's really cool to kind of reflect back and see how 4 years can really change everything.
That's awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Keep training hard, keep your head up, and keep smashing. And I know you'll have the title on March 3rd.
Ronda is
taking it
showtime. Watch it.